My name is Naveen Badrinarayan. I'm the Director Research at Dheya Career Mentors, and I will be conducting this webinar for you this evening. The agenda would be like this. I would speak for about 20-25 minutes and explain what we are doing, why we are doing, and a little bit of a concept. And then I would open the house for question and answers. Right? So what you see on this scout here is, you know, a lot of photographs of our communities, a lot of people there, a lot of trainings that we have conducted across the country in the last 3 years, and we have kind of generated a community of like-minded, committed, passionate professionals across the country who want to do an impact on India and on the entire youth of India. This is a kind of a concept of the sharing economy model where we use mentoring as a very powerful tool to change the mindsets of youngsters, parents towards a very positive approach in life. That's all this whole concept is all about. Let me talk about it a little bit. Today, if we look at it, most of us here in the forum today are all people, I would say, having, gray hair or maybe no hair. Okay, that means we have seen enough life, and that's what this whole community is all about. We are all professionals who have done well in our lives, and we have reached a stage in life where we want to do something to impact the entire community or the nation, or do something which adds value to what we are doing already. That's one unique commonality that's in all of us in this forum today. Why? Because we are all parents. We all have invested, investing into our children's education. And when we do this investing into the children's education, we see that it's not only investing in money, which is of course a huge amount, but we're also investing into a lot of time, energy, emotions, and we don't know whether we are actually going to get a return or not. Now, this whole education system, I'm not talking about our children alone. We also have been through the same education system in our childhood. We never had any kind of career guidance or planning in our childhood, and we careers just happened with us. We just followed suit. But then we were survivors, and we found a place for us in the world, and we stabilized by the age of 24 our lives, and we did well. Today, the situation is very different. What is the situation that I'm talking about? We're talking about the entire segment of our Indian community with one age group from 13 years onwards to 23 years or 24 years, who are our students who would be working later on. The first segment is that. So I repeat, the first segment is from 13 to 24. The second segment is 24 to 35, who are the youngsters who should be working with a lot of energy. If you remember our days in 23, 24, 25, we were all working almost 24 hours a day. We were all energetic and putting in our efforts into work and really slogging it out. At least I remember my life. It was like that. And then we have the third segment from the age group of 35 and above, who all I call as the mid-career segment. Let me go segment by segment. If you look at the first segment from 13 to 24, the students, today, they're all confused, completely confused. Unlike us, they have a plethora of options, but they have no clue as to where they want to go. The only way they decide where they want to go is based on some psychometric tests or some aptitude tests, and there are hundreds of them in the market today, which give them some report and tell them to take up some education stream, say art, science, commerce, or engineering, law, medical. They have no clue as to what work is all about. That's our young generation. We look at the next generation, which is 24 to 35. I call them the dancers. They are dancing in life. They're all experimenting. Ask yourself, in your organizations, these young population, they are changing jobs every year, or at least 6 to 8 months to a year, they're changing jobs. That's how they're looking at life. They're experimenting, they're doing trial and error, trial and error. That's what is happening with these second segment of the population. And the third segment of the population are all, most of them are today in a precarious situation where, financial stability rules their life. They are working because they have to support their families. They're not working because they are excellent at what they do. They're creating a new world for themselves. They're not working for that. Most of them are working because they're looking at financial stability. They want money to support their family. And today, when I ask parents this question, it becomes quite clear that many of us parents are also into this mindset of this constrained thinking where we have forgotten that there is something called excellence in our lives. We've forgotten that our children can actually do something great. And when I speak to students in engineering colleges and in MBA colleges, and I speak to students all around, they kind of want a lot of money. They want to be very rich in their life. They're not survivors like what we were. But when it comes to work, they have no clue what they want to do. And secondly, if I ask them what is the role models they want to emulate in India, they will not be able to name even five of them. That's the sad state of affairs. So today what we are looking at is that education is happening, qualifications are happening, but there's research with us that the second segment of 25 to 24 to 35, 65% of them are unemployed and sitting at home with qualifications. Moment you hit the age of 40, we are having a mid-career crisis. Companies are cutting costs. If you have not reached a position where you are, required, you have a niche specialty, you're good at something, and the company needs you, you're in doldrums. You could be asked to go anytime. So there is this tension happening with this population. So now, with this kind of a situation, and with us as parents investing so much into our children's education, investing so much of our minds, energy, our time, and our money, the world of work is changing extremely fast. With robotics, quantum computing, machine learning coming in, are we really preparing our kids for the future? Is the education system looking at the future and preparing them for the future? Do we think that whatever we are getting educated in or educating our children in is sufficient for them to be skilled and qualified at work 10 years from now, 15 years from now? Because that's what we are talking about. 7 to 10 years from now, our kids are going to be at work. Are they getting prepared for it? Are we really proactive enough, understand what's happening and how we are going to be skilling them, making them capable enough to be employed in the future? It's a question to be asked for all of us. The third thing, if I talked about just, when people don't know what they want to do, they just jump into whatever they get, it's a very dangerous situation to be 10 years from now. Because what we are looking at as a frictional work gamble when selecting a career, and imagine a child who is extremely talkative and likes to move around, getting into a role of software development or software programming, which may be redundant as we go by, but then that role demands to sit at one place and work for 10 hours a day. Is the child going to be happy? Is that person going to be happy? Because the nature of a person does not change. So what are we talking about? Getting into frictional work life, not being happy at work, being frustrated at work, and blowing up all your frustration at home, creating a frictional life for the person. Are we talking about that? This is the questions that as parents we all need to ask ourselves. We are responsible for that. And most importantly, do we understand that every child in this world has got unique strength? Talkative child, whether it be a silent child, they both are strong in their own ways. Have you forgotten that every child is uniquely strong? Unfortunately, in our schooling system, in our corporate system, in our college system, nobody talks about our strengths. Everybody is only hell-bent on telling us what we are not good at. You see a report card, your mind goes to what the child has not scored, and you put them in tuition classes, you put them in coaching programs. Have you ever sat across the child and shown which are the strong areas and how these strong areas can be leveraged so the child gets hopeful and positive about achieving something in life? Appreciation is in scant supply in this world today. And as parents, I beseech you guys, I beseech you that please appreciate your kids. It is pampering. They need it. Today morning, I wrote in Facebook, because the results have come out, a lot of parents are on Facebook and WhatsApp celebrating their children's achievements. Many parents are quiet. Okay. I said, every child needs to be celebrated, irrespective of what percentage they got. Irrespective. The child has put in effort. That effort needs to be appreciated. The toppers necessarily do not become the best in the world. Dhirubhai Ambani was not a topper. Steve Jobs was not a topper. If these guys could make it big in this world, so could every child, especially in India. Can we give that confidence to the children? That's what we are talking about. Can we give it in a scientific manner? Can we give it in a well-informed way so that every child feels confident and starts walking in that direction? That's what we are talking about. Dheya. Dheya is organization is one of the first and only organization in India today. I can say it with confidence because I'm in this work for the last 4 years with Dheya. And Dheya has been in this industry for the last 12 years. I can tell with confidence there's no one today who's doing what we are doing. We have created a community of passionate people, senior people like you and me, who are walking the path with youngsters and parents. And we are doing it in a very beautiful manner. Every parent, every student who connects with us gets transformed in the way they think, in the way they look at education, in the way they look at life, in the way they look at work, how they relate life to work, how they relate education to life and work. It's a very different thing that we are doing. It's not psychometrics and aptitude test and telling them do this course, do that course. No, we don't do that. We're doing something very different and unique. We are actually motivating every youngster, every youth, every parent to understand their children, sit along with them, walk along with them, work along with them, using some unique processes, using some unique tools. That's what we are doing. Every session of ours is a personalized session. We believe in doing, nurturing individuality in everybody because it's very important. Individual is an individual is indivisible. You cannot create a mass, you cannot give a mass lecture and expect some miracles to happen. It has to be dealt one on one because every person is unique. Can we do that one on one session? Yes, we can, because we boast of a community. We boast of people who are done well in their life, who have joined hands together and are working with scientific tools, with processes which are the best in the world. We follow the Bhagavad Gita, we follow the Upanishads, and we are very, blunt about it because we think that's the best, best education system in the world is written in our Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, and we follow it. We are inspired by it. Our processes are inspired by it. We believe in positivity. We believe in understanding each individual. Our methods are completely strength based. We do not believe in weaknesses. Every weakness can be converted to a strength provided the perspective changes. We can prove it. Your training is all going to be about that. 2 days, I promise you'll be a changed person. The people who join us, they get transformed during this training. Their mindsets are completely shattered. We believe in building positivity in everybody because if I'm not positive, how do I generate positivity in a parent and a student? Every student needs to think that he's going to be the next, the achiever of the world. They're going to achieve something big. They are students, do not think small. We are all excellence motivated. We believe in excellence thinking. Everybody is made to aspire, think beautiful because they're positive. They themselves start thinking about achieving excellence in life. That's how this whole process works. And our decisions are based on scientific research. We got research on 22,000 occupations in our system. It's been deeply researched. Every single factor about a work life has been put into our research. Yeah, the people who join us get access to this research. You guys are experts in your own field. You will add value to the research that we have. But then there are so many occupations in the world. We believe in showing children what reality of occupations is, what work life is all about. First decide your destination of work life, then come back to education. Don't jump into education thinking that I'll decide work life later on. That's a big mistake. First decide what you want to do, where you want to reach in your life, what is your vision statement, what do you want, what identity you want to create of yourself. Then work backwards to put steps into place to get in the best of the best education. We have research on education institutions, we have research on scholarships, we have all that. But these are just tools. We are the people who use these tools to enable people to take decisions, give them solutions which are beneficial and impactful to them. That's the main point. There's no point using any tools. There are a lot of tools available in the market. These tools are useless if we are not able to impact the student and the parent. So we believe in impactful solutions and decision making. That's our process. And of course, our mentors get connected to our mentees lifelong. That means we have a community of parents, community of students, and community of mentors. They're all connected. It's a complete universe that we are building. This universe is a revolutionary wave that we are creating of positivity, which is hopefully will be impacting India in a very large manner. By 2025, we want to impact 1.64 crore people in India, and we want to make at least 1% of them super successful. That's the vision statement that we talk about, and that's what we are working on. Okay, so it's about impacting. Now how does this work? You're the mentors who join us. Not everybody gets to join us. You need to go through a process of selection before you are selected into this community. Because I said we are looking for passionate, committed, positive, successful people who can generate positivity into the youngsters and parents. So you need to understand, you need to be intelligent also, you need to understand the processes very well, and you need to be integral and committed to the processes. So we have a process of selection. First step, your profiles will be gone through, your background will be seen, and then you will undergo a psychometric assessment, of our system, where we will understand your basic nature. A lot of this assessment is very powerful. We can identify a lot of things about you. a lot of things. We can tell you about, how you have been in the last 3 years, how your mental patterns. A very simple assessment, but it's very complex at the back end. It's been designed with a lot of thought and research, and it's very, very powerful and potent today. Today, we have done this test to more than 1 lakh people, and we have a lot of data in our backend and it's been normed. It's all validated to Indian norm. This is our own test. We have created it on our own. So the entire IP research lies with us. We have the answer for every question that you have. We sit across you face to face and tell you what you are, what kind of a person you are, how you think, how you behave, what you do. And till now, whatever I've spoken about anyone, it's always been 90% plus, 99% plus, almost 100% matching. That's the kind of strength that this tool has. So when we understand, use this tool to identify strength, we use this strength. On the other hand, we have deep research on occupation, and we have an algorithm which connects the occupations to these. So you get trained on this. Today, if I'm able to explain somebody's profile very good, because I know this tool inside out. Similarly, when people get trained with us, you get this skill for life. You get to understand people looking at a very simple tool, which is on the front end, it's very simple to understand. We do not get into the too much of depth of the how the test was made, but we get into using this tool. So the practitioner's training is what we do. So you get completely skilled into using this tool. You look at a graph, you look at a report, you will be able to talk to many people and tell them what their profile is all about. You're going to get those thank yous from those people. Getting those thank yous is the biggest takeaway of this whole work. I'm a mechanical engineer. I served the Indian Navy for 5 years, basically because I wanted to pursue my passion for helping youngsters. And I was fortunate enough to get to Dheya and do what I'm doing today. I get a lot of thank yous. When I go to sleep in the night, I go with a lot of smile on my face because I know that I'm getting blessings of so many parents. That's the biggest takeaway for me in my life. Of course, there's an earning potential on this. We are a premium product. If you look at our pricing of our product, it's quite premium, basically because you're all senior people and we need to send a message across to everyone that nothing comes free in life. There has to be a value for whatever time and whatever work you're doing. And that message needs to be very clearly sent down to every youngster in India today. There is no charity, there is no free work. Everything has a value. If I'm a professional and I'm putting in my effort and time and energy, I need to get the value for it. That value should not be devalued, it should not be demeaned. So let's be very clear about that. So that's a very big value system that Dheya believes in. So we charge you for the training because you're getting inducted into a community. We have to support you. We stand along with you. We walk the path with you. You're trained, you're handled. There's a cost for the training. So this training program is of 2 days, followed by another 2.5 days. So a 4.5 days training program in which you get completely trained as a mentor, which costs 30,000 rupees. 30,000. 30,000 rupees is the induction fees program for this, which is a very basic cost. It is not much, but we need this cost to sustain ourselves because we are not a funded company. We need to support this entire mentor community across India. We have a technology enabled system. You get an access to a research dashboard. You get an access to email. You get access to the entire marketing support. So there's a 30,000 charge for your training program, but this training is a one-time induction fees. After this, you will be joining the and you will be a proud member of a very elite community of professionals, and you'll be doing a lot of work with students and parents across. The second thing is that, as part of this training, you will be getting your child's career planning free of cost. You'll be getting a test for your spouse free of cost. You'll be getting a mid-career session for you free of cost in the advanced training program. So the advanced training has a mid-career program, which is, kind of plugged into the training program so that every mentor of ours goes through a mid-career transition. They plan their own careers. So that's something that's an add-on in the training. So if you put the cost of all this together, I should be charging you a lakh of rupees. But, we're not into making money here. We are into helping. We are into building communities. We're into impacting the nation. So we are doing this, as a work that needs to be need today in our country. So I want, good people to join the community so that we can all hold hands, work together with the students and build a very strong base by which the whole country can move positively. That's how it is going to be happening. Of course, these training programs are being done on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. Entire Saturday and Sunday is a washout because we start the training in the morning at 9:30. It goes on till 7:30 in the night on both days. So your Saturdays and Sundays have to be sacrificed. One Saturday and Sunday has to be sacrificed for the first program. The advanced program will be a 2.5 days program, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday half day, Saturday, and Sunday. So that will be intimated to you once you join the community. You'll be part of the WhatsApp group. You'll be part of our email list. You'll be part of our community. You'll be given access to a research dashboard. You'll be given access to a learning management system platform where you can practice your quizzes, and you can practice whatever you have learned during the training. So all these facilities are going to be made available to you to enable you to be impactful during the sessions that you do with parents and students. Of course, you'll be handheld. There'll be a hand holding which will be done as the senior mentors would hold your hands and enable you to walk the path with confidence. Every session has to be a winner. It has to be a super duper session. That's what we aim for, and that's how it happens out here. Dheya is about excellence. Dheya is about working with a lot of, a verb of putting a lot of energy into parents and students and building a lot of positivity. That's the main cause. That's the main role of a CDF, career development facilitator. Right. So I think now one last part. So how do you people earn? Yes. So we have a sharing economy model where you will be paid for delivering the sessions. The payment will be in the range of 30% to 40% of the cost of the product. The cost of the product is varying from 6,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees. The 6,000 product will be, your delivery charges will be 30%. The 10,000 product is 33%, and the 20,000 product will be 40%. These are the delivery charges. Apart from the delivery charges, you also get paid for referring customers to us. So every CDF community of ours works in a community-based work. So you tell your first circle of people that you're a career mentor and you would like to mentor them. We help you engage with your first circle, and when you do the sessions and you get us clients from your side, you get paid a referral fees that will depend on the business that you get there over a period of 3 months, and that business volume will generate how much of percentage you will get, which varies from 10% to 35%. So if I look at the earning potential, you have a capacity of earning up to 75% of the cost of the product, 40% for delivery, and 35% for referring. So 75% of the product cost can go back to you is the earning potential. How much are we doing now? See, we are already about 1,500 people in the community, and we are doing, every year on year, every month on month, we are adding about 100 people to the community. So it's a spiral model that we are working on. It's an exponential model. So it's not a standard linear curve. We cannot tell you, okay, this many sessions this month and this many sessions this month. The numbers have tripled year on year. So in the last 3 years, every year we have tripled our number of sessions. The sessions come to us through three ways. The first way, it comes to us through referring of our CDFs itself. That means our CDF community refers people in their first circle and they do the sessions, and that's how the first line of customers come to us. The second line of customers we have already dealt for the last 12 years. We have a big customer bank. So customers refer us more customers. This entire work is word of mouth based. It's not based on push marketing, it's on pull marketing. So word of mouth customers come to us. That's the second way. So when customers come to us through word of mouth, depending on your location, we assign the students to you. The third, we get them through social media, through the website, through WhatsApp, through Instagram. A lot of people see our posts and they apply and they come through that. There are incoming inquiries that come, incoming calls that come to us, and we again assign the mentors based on the location and based on rounds and based on performance. The fourth way we get to is we do a lot of work with schools and colleges. So we work with schools and colleges where we do career labs there, we do joint venture programs with them. So we do mass sessions there, orientation sessions, and then we do one-on-one sessions for small duration. Based on that, so a lot of our CDFs go and engage in these schools and colleges, and then from there, a lot of customers come back to us. These are four ways in which customers are coming to us. This is how the business is growing on a year-on-year basis, and we expect this business to take off very fast because we are not only working with students, we are also working with early career professionals and mid-career professionals. A lot of business is coming to us from early career and mid-career also. So this is another area where a lot of our mentors who are getting trained after they do their advanced training could start taking mid-career sessions for professionals. So this is a complete life guidance kind of a system that we have developed out here. So once you get into this field, you become a mentor and you start enjoying doing. And as you go by, you could become a very major contributor into many people's lives. So this is how this whole process is going to work. I think I have addressed most of the issues of how you're going to join. So how you're going to join is, you will get a call from one of our community development team, and they are going to ask you, they're going to send you a complete proposal, and they're going to send you an assessment to do, a psychometric assessment to do. Once you do that assessment, we do the quality check of it, and we approve it, and then we look at your profiles, we talk to you, and we then invite you for this training program. We'll be sending you a payment link, you'll be making the payment, and you'll be joining the training program. That's how this whole process will work. Once the training is over, you get inducted into the community. You'll be part of you'll get an email ID for yourself, you'll get a certificate, you'll get an ID visiting card and an ID card. And you will also get access to our research. You'll get access to our learning management system where you can practice your skills, and you get a lot of access. You'll get a lot of support from us for engaging with institutions, for doing your sessions, for hand holding and entire work. So you start working with us after that. So you become part of the community. And then we invite you for the advanced training program where you get advanced. This is how this entire process works. To assess you, we take feedbacks. Every session of ours, there's a feedback system. So our customer care will call up the customers, and there's a feedback form. The feedback ratings are taken based on the rating, and then you'll be assessed by one of the mentors who will be sitting along with the session. So his assessment is also taken. All these assessments are put together, and we find out if you're capable enough of doing an independent session and you can handle it. And then you become a mentor. This is how this whole process works. Right. So I think I have finished my part of the workshop. If there are any questions, answer, you can ask your question. No, there is no separate charge for the training. We are not charging training fees, but yes, myself and Anand could be traveling and could be staying in a hotel and booking a place and doing the training. So there will be costs incurred in it. So we will be distributing the cost amongst all the people who are attending the training, which comes to approximately 1,500 rupees per head. That's all. So that will be a charge that will be taken so that it covers the cost of travel and stay and food and all that. So other than that, there will be no other charges. Definitely, you can include your spouse later on in life. There is no doubt about it. In fact, I have couples who have come and attended the training program, because this training program is not just about doing sessions. It's also a lot about parenting. It's about understanding how we are dealing with our own children. So a lot of transformation happens in your life when you undergo this training program. Yes, the session for children, we do this sessions only from 13 years onwards. So minimum age is 13 years to 55 years. Yes, Mr. Amarjeet Singh, you can ask your question, please. Yes, this is the part-time opportunity. This entire opportunity is part-time and voluntary. There is no forcing. This entire community offers is working part-time with us. So we ask you your time in and you do the work with us and you get paid for it. Yes, it is being scheduled in different cities. We are doing a session in Pune this weekend. The next weekend it is going to be in Bangalore, and the next in Mumbai. So it's every weekend it's going to be in different place. A specific age to join as a mentor is minimum age is 35. We generally prefer people above the age of 35 or 38 years. In fact, and male members we generally prefer greater than 38. As I said, we are looking for mature people, successful people, professionals who can, spread positivity into the entire community. Mr. Santosh, as I said, this is a community-based work. I think I explained that, it's the community gives us referrals. We have a engagement team. We have a customer team. So we work with our customers also. We work with, and the CDFs also refer to us. So mainly the business happens through the CDF referral. So you would be working with your, inner circle first, impacting them. So we would be giving you some promotional codes to start working with them so that it's easy for you to get your first few customers. And once you start getting used to it, then automatically, your first customers will start referring more customers. That's what happens because you impact them so strongly. So they start referring more people to you. So you generate a chain of mentees under you. That's how this works.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead. Your voice is a bit low, but you can ask the question.
Okay, so this is Shekhar. Thank you for taking this session. Just had a question.
Right.
Is there? I hope there is no specific, BD target associated with this because I like the fact that you touched
There are
upon.
no targets. No. See,
Yeah,
we don't
okay.
believe in any target. It's more a part-time work. See, we are trying to impact parents and students. It's your
No, I
voluntary vision.
Absolutely
So you,
understood. The
yeah,
very reason why I asked this question was because the foundation is about taking care of the work, and the life has to be, you see, it's an impacting
right,
kind of a session. And
right,
then what we are doing here is going to advise, consult the students as well as the parents. And you,
right.
in one of your slides, I noticed that there is a lot of lack of awareness, and therefore a BD is probably going against the very objective of being a CDF, right? So that's why my concern was.
Right, right, right. I understand what you're saying. So what happens is in a community of 1,500 people, not everybody could be a very good in BD or sales. Okay. But there
Correct,
are a lot
correct.
of people in the community who want to do that. So they go ahead and get a lot of colleges, schools, institutions. And then what happens is the entire community gets engaged in delivering the session. So that's how it
Understood.
works.
Understand. Very well. Thanks. Thanks.
Right. Yes, Mr. Amarjeet, please ask your question. No, see, we don't, Mr. Prasanna Venkatesh, we are not into the business of, creating mentors. That's not our business. So we do not want to get a wrong message down the line that, we are making money by doing training sessions. Because our main aim is to impact students and professionals. And we want our mentors to be the ones whom we select, and they are, selected mentors. So we get 1,000 applications, we select about 35 people. So that's the kind of fulcrum or filtration that we do, funnel that we create. So we are not into the business of taking referrals of this thing. Yes, if you have somebody who you feel is very good and you refer them to us, we'll be obliged. We'll be very thankful to you for that. But no, it's not a business model. Sorry. Yes, 100%. See, once you register for the program and you pay your advance fees and you're committed to join, so we would ask your convenient dates and you could join the next batch if you have missed one batch. Because every month we are doing, in Bombay, Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, Hyderabad. These are the areas right now we are focusing on. We are doing sessions all these places. So you could definitely join in one of these places. Right, Mr. Satyanarayana? In Bangalore is on 9th and 10th, and 16th and 17th is in Mumbai. I'm sorry for that. See, we are talking about when you talk about career and all that, it's entire life. So there's no difference. It's not just about education. It's about personality. It's about life skills. It's about everything. So it's an entire package that we are giving the student, it's a parent also. Together we work with them. Professional skills are something that the kids pick up on their own. We are talking about life skills. We are talking about how to be self-aware, how to work, how to live. Professional skills, competence, it automatically gets generated when they build their confidence. It always works like that. And everybody in the world is focusing on competence, but nobody's focusing on the self-esteem part. And that's where the whole effort needs to be put. Of course, the competence also needs to be developed along with that. So we have enough resources for that too. See, I said that the train to get inducted into the program, there is a training fee of 30,000 rupees. So once you pay the 30,000 rupees, you are inducted into the community. This cost will include the entire training for you. But then for the advanced training, which will happen slightly later, there would be a cost incurred by us. So we will only be sharing the cost amongst all the participants. So we generally do a batch of about 20-25 career development facilitators. So we charge them 1,500 rupees as per person, so that our costs are taken care of. See, we are not a funded organization, so we have to take care of our costs. So this money also which we are charging you is basically to support you, so that we can basically meet the requirement of supporting you, because we are on a technology enabled platform. Our entire system is on Amazon Elastic Server, and as the number of people are increasing, we are having more and more people in our office supporting you. We need to support this entire organization. That's how this works. I hope I'm clear, Mr. Sandeep. Mr. Santosh, engagement time per month is depends on you. It's a community-based work. Some people are very busy at their profession. Some people are not. So the people who are not take more, interest. They engage more and they do more sessions. So it varies from person to person. Yes, yes, they are runs on AWS cloud. It's once you do once advanced training, you're sorted for life. You actually do your own mid-career, and you understand a lot about life, about planning, about how to guide students and professionals. So you become quite skilled at doing that. And then of course you have a learning management system, you have your entire material there, you have a lot of quizzes, self-assessment, all that continues. So education is always continuous. You can never stop educating yourself, right? This whole process would take about say about a month or two. Initially 2 days, and then you do some sessions, and then within a month you do your advanced training, and then you'll be good to go. Again, Mr. Amarjeet, I cannot give a number here about volumes, because these numbers are variable. See, in the month of June we get a lot of sessions. Last month we have done about, across India we have done about 400 sessions. But then these are variable numbers, and I cannot. It's not a linear model at all. It all depends, because the community is growing, the number of sessions are also growing. So I've said year on year we have tripled. We have gone 3 times year on year. But then across the months it is different. So generally in the month of June, May, June, July is our peak months, and then it starts dwindling a little bit, and then again it starts taking over at the end of the year. Yes, Mr. Anand, from your side the investment would be 31.5K. No, there is no limit of sessions like that. It depends. It's like, obviously you're all working professionals, and you will be able to handle, I mean, say in a weekend at the max, if you get a lot of students, if you're not working and you get a lot of students, we have CDFs. Like I have done about 4 sessions in a day, 2 2 hours. So more than four becomes a bit hectic. You will not be able to handle it. But 4 sessions is something that I have managed comfortably. Qualification criteria, I said number one, you have to be professional who has got at least 10 to 12 years of experience, credible work experience. So we look at your backgrounds. Number two, you should be at least 35 to 38 years of age. Number three, we look at your psychometric assessment and we qualify you. So these are the three basic criteria. And number four, of course, if you're a parent, it's more preferable. So these are the four criteria that we have for selecting people. The sessions are held in Bombay and Karnataka, in Maharashtra and Karnataka, in Seed Infotech campuses. All Seed Infotech campuses are, we have a strategic tie-up with them. So we go and do the sessions there. Else it is held, any office, any kind of a space can be booked where we can do the session. That's how it is done. It depends on session to session. Some sessions are 1 hour, some sessions are 2.5 hours. But we don't go by time. As the student needs to be impacted, though we give a benchmark of 1 hour, it may take a little bit less or more. If we say 2.5 hours, it may take 3 hours also. So time is not a criteria for us. It's the impact on the student that is more important. Yes, sessions are conducted on Skype, on Google Hangout also. So I've done sessions in US, in Dubai, Oman, Muscat, all over the world. We are doing the sessions with Indians. Chennai, as of now, we are not having a training because we don't have too many CDFs there, and we have not got good business from Chennai. Whereas Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad is all doing a lot of good business. So we are focusing in that area as of now. But yes, Chennai needs to be opened up, and we have got about 30-40 CDFs in Chennai. But the business has not been very good there, frankly. So we are still looking at somebody to open up the business in Chennai. So we can accommodate the people from Chennai. You could come and attend the session in Bangalore. Yes, Delhi we are doing sessions. So Delhi, very soon there will be a session in Delhi. I will intimate you the dates very soon. As of now, see, most of the people who are coming to us are working professionals. So we are taking the sessions on weekends. But we have no problem in conducting the session on weekdays, provided we get the required numbers. For me to be economically viable, I need a batch of at least 15 people or 20 people. Then the batch becomes economically viable for us. So I'm looking at, if I get the numbers, I'm ready to do it on a weekday. I have no problem. Pune response is good. Pune, of course, we are there in Pune, so we are doing a lot of sessions in Pune, a lot of incoming calls, and we have a number of CDFs in Pune too. We do the training at Bangalore in Koramangala in a hotel called Silicrest, which is in Maharaja Junction. So we have a tie-up with Silicrest, so we do the training there. Mr. Amarjeet, you have to pay the 30,000 fees. That's the fees of the training. Right, Mr. Anand. Nice speaking to you too. Thank you so much for sparing your time, valuable time to hear this session and connect with you. And we will see how the process goes ahead. And I wish you all the best to join us and start impacting the community in a very positive manner, in a very impactful manner. So hopefully, we all together are going to impact India and make it one of the most powerful nations of the world. Jai Hind.